Leo, hey, how's it going? Happy November 2017. This is Dark Dove Tarot. Hope you're doing fantastic. As you know, I always pre-shuffle, but I'm going to add a little energy to the cards before we get started. As you also know, this is about love. Generally for singles, I add anybody looking to reconcile, for cross-watchers, etc. as well. But the people who contact me the most for just questions or comments, private reads, etc. Are usually generally single or looking to reconcile. So those are the people that I cater these for. Again, I hope you're doing fantastic. I'm doing these face down because I had a few people reach out to me. I asked you guys how you wanted them, and the people who reached out to me, actually I had more people reach out to me than I thought I would, and they said they liked the element of surprise face down. So that's how I'm doing it. So if you don't like it that way, then speak up. Otherwise, I'll continue to do them face down. All right, so as you know, this is general. Check your sun, moon, and rising, as some months those may resonate with you more than others. Again, hope you're doing fantastic. Leo, November 2017, can you believe it? We are like almost there to the end of the year, right? It's gone by fast, fast, fast. Again, Leo, November 2017. If you want to like, subscribe, comment, that's always appreciated. If you want a private read, the information's in the description. I'm just going to pull your theme of the month card as well. Okay, and your theme of the month is the Magician, which is a great theme. So as you know, the Magician is somebody who makes things happen. Somebody who kind of, you know, wills the universe or has the ability to control their destiny to a certain extent. It's about forming new connections. It's about starting over. It's about, I mean, the Magician can basically do whatever they want. So that's a great theme of the month. Let's see how that plays into your reading. All right, so the first card we always pull is your current position coming into the month, and you have the King of Cups. So somebody who is very calm, who's listening, who's paying attention. So if you're single, that definitely says, hey, you are paying attention to the signs. You're paying attention to what people are telling you, and you're listening. It's kind of like I've said a couple times in different readings that, you know, to listen, you really have to listen to people's actions instead of what they say, right? Because people will tell you who they are if you just pay attention to how they behave. If they say, hey, I really like you, but then they text you like once a week, they're probably not as into you as they may be leading on. So I feel like, Leo, if you're dating, which several of you are, you're just being kind of patient and you're paying attention. Maybe you've had to weed through a lot of crap. You've been dealing with a lot of BS. And this is you saying, okay, dating world, here I am. I want to meet somebody amazing, but maybe I haven't been good at reading the signs or paying attention to what people tell me, or maybe, you know, I've been hoping or wishing more than actually realizing my self-worth. And so I feel like a lot of you have decided to cut people off without even thinking about it. Like, if kind of going along with what I just said, like if you, a guy or a girl that you're talking to says, hey, I'm really interested in you, but they text you like once a week, or they flake out a lot, or whatever it is, you're kind of going, nope, next, I'm not doing it. I deserve better and I'm worth it. I'm not looking for somebody who's looking for the grass is always greener. So it's like you're realizing who's manipulating, who's a manipulator and who's not, because this King is saying either you're manipulating the situation or somebody else is manipulating you. And I think it falls perfect for both scenarios, because you're manipulating the situation in the fact that you're going to read those signs and go and, you know, disregard that person, not in a nasty way, but just not, you know, pay them any attention, or tell them, you know, unfortunately, I'm looking for something different, or whatever the case may be, however you go about it. But also that you're noticing who the manipulators are, because I've done the online dating and I've done the meetup groups, and I know, like, I've learned the signs. I can't even tell you. People are crazy sometimes. And I started to notice patterns, questions that guys would ask, or things that they would say. And I would realize, like, who was legit and who wasn't. And not that they weren't legit necessarily, but who really, really wanted what I wanted or was on the same plane, right? We were heading in the same direction versus somebody who was just telling me what they thought I wanted to hear, right? So it feels like, Leo, you're really kind of like taking control of your dating life coming into November. If you're looking to reconcile, this is either you're in communication, you will be in communication, they've contacted you or you've contacted them. This person was a manipulator. This person was somebody who lies. I don't know, white lies keep popping into my head, but the white lies just kept going and going and going, and it was like one lie covering up another lie, covering up another lie, and you were done. You were at a breaking point where you're just like, I can't deal with this. Or they were manipulating your money somehow, or manipulating, there was some sort of dishonesty here, and it feels like you walked away, but now you're coming back to it a little more calm. Maybe they've contacted you, and before it was like, nope, I can't even look at your face. And now you're kind of like, okay, I will listen to what you have to say, but I'm not making any promises. It could be the opposite. It could be you that did this, but most of the time when I do these readings, the cards are showing up for you. Sometimes they'll show up for another person, but generally this is how I perceive things have happened to you. The next card you have is your current thoughts or feelings, hopes or fears, anything that helps or hinders, but this is internal. And you have the Queen of Wands, okay? And the Queen of Wands is very sensuous. Somebody who is sexy, who is confident, somebody who has ferocity. So inside, if you're dating, you're feeling like this. Like, yeah, baby, I'm feeling good. Maybe you're working out. Maybe you bought some new clothes. Maybe you had your hair done. You know, maybe you're just, I feel like they're kind of intertwined. Like, you're feeling this energy because you're finally like getting a hold on the dating. Before it was like chaos, or you would date somebody and really think, hey, this is going to be a great person, and they just weren't, and you were like feeling, it was almost like a blow to you, like your own sense of self was getting damaged, and you had to kind of take a step back and go, no, you know, I'm fine. I'm a fine, you know, fine girl or guy, and you know, inside and out, and I've got a lot to offer, and so this is not me. I can't take all of this personally, and I feel like that's how you're coming into this month, and it's working, and it's building your confidence, because the Queen is somebody who's like just, their energy is just building and on fire, which is interesting because obviously you are fire, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. So, you know, this is you like just being you and being comfortable in your own skin. And that's really good. This is somebody who is gaining confidence and will continue to gain that confidence. So that's very positive. If you're looking to reconcile, I feel like it's very interesting because it's very similar. So it's like you're feeling like, hey, if we get back together, great, but I'm not putting all of my eggs in that basket anymore, because I know, and maybe you've had flirtation, or somebody's flirted with you, or the minute you became single, somebody was like, hey, you're single, I've always thought you were, you know, really cool person. Somebody has helped build you up, maybe even just friends or family. Maybe you've just realized your self-worth and what you deserve. And so you're kind of sitting here going, okay, I might listen to what you have to say. And it may have been that they decided to take a break, and it was like the grass is greener on the other side type scenario. And now they're going, wait, it's not, you know, I like you, I want you back. And you're going, you know, I'm on fire. Like, I'm sexy and I know it. Like, there's people out here who want me. So whatever you have to say better be good, because I can't guarantee that I'm gonna, you know, stick around for this. So I kind of feel like they better come in guns blazing and really know exactly what they want, because somewhere along the line even if it's just you feeling confident and you building yourself back up from things that may have torn you down, you know, you're not willing to give up your self-worth or feel less than anymore. The next card you have, which I read for both singles and anybody looking to reconcile, is your distant past. And you have the Hermit. So over the past, you know, couple of years, it could be as far as 10 years. And this card I always kind of briefly go over because this is something that like the universe wants you to pay attention to for the month. So some sort of good or bad that came from the past that you either need to, you know, grab a hold on if it's good or let go of if it's bad, and not repeat the same behaviors. Now, immediately when I see the Hermit, it screams Virgo. So it could be, you know, another Earth, Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus, but Hermit always for me comes out as a very strong Virgo card because Virgos are very present. And so this tells me that some of you may have been dealing with a Virgo in the past. This is you leaving because of some sort of confidence issue. So this could be abuse. It could even be abuse as a child that has tainted your relationships. It could be, you know, watching a father leave a mother leave a father. For somebody, or maybe a few of you, I see like a parent leaving another parent, and like you've maybe gone through this cycle of leaving people before they could hurt you. And that's something you're working on, again, or self-confidence, some sort of, because this is you retreating and abandoning, but also gaining knowledge on a higher level. So whether you're spiritual, whether you're religious, it was like you found the peace within yourself to forgive the past and let go of the past. But you have to constantly remind yourself. And I feel like whether you're single or whether you're looking to reconcile, that's how you're coming in here kind of calm. And maybe before, in certain situations, you would have broken down or freaked out or overreacted, or if you were dating and it's crazy and chaos and people are lying to you, you'd kind of curl up into this ball or go into your own little cave. And you're not doing that. You're being calm about it. You're like, so what if there's assholes online? If you're looking to reconcile, it's the same kind of thing. You're like, I won't go back here, whether it was a partner that was abusive, a parent that was abusive, you know, whether it was just somebody who made you feel less than. Some of you literally had to retreat. You literally had to get the heck out of Dodge and get out of that situation. And you may have repeated those behaviors over the past few years. And now you're kind of been able to get over it. So the Hermit is saying, remember what you've learned. Remember the wisdom you've gained. Remember how far you've come. You don't ever have to go back there, but don't forget that you've come this far and what you're capable of. The next card you have is your most recent past. So over the past few weeks, and you have the King of Swords. You have some very authoritative figures here, and then a major arcana. So it's very interesting because you have the King, the Queen, and the King, and you have two major arcana. So the King of Swords is somebody who is intellectual. So if you're single, you're being fair. You're being fair, you're doing this, you're listening, but you're being fair to yourself and you're being fair to other people. So really, some of you have had kind of a crazy time and you're almost letting it get to you and you're almost like, that's it, I'm not going to date, I give up. And you may even still have a little bit of that feeling, but now you're coming into November feeling sexier or more confident. Again, it could be maybe you've just had a really good support system. Maybe you've, you know, changed something about yourself, worked out, had a lifestyle change. It could just be that you know, got some mental clarity and finally, you know, started figuring out what the heck it was you wanted and it was okay to focus on that. And then the King here, King of Swords, is saying, okay, you're being fair, but you're looking for the truth. This is somebody who recognizes when somebody's being truthful to them. This is very instinctual. So you're paying attention to those signs as we were talking about, and you're seeing them clearly. It's not like you're paranoid and creating situations. Like, you're looking at what's in front of you and you're judging it based on, you know, if it looks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, it must be a duck type situation. So you're not going out assuming everybody's BSing you or everybody loves you. You're going out looking at every situation and being very fair about it. If you're looking to reconcile, you are looking for the truth. So I think, like I said, this person, I think that they came back in, or they're going to come back in this month, or you know they're about to come back in. Maybe they've been texting you. Maybe you just have that feeling that they're going to come, and you're kind of like, okay, you better bring it. Like, I want to hear it. You tell me what's going on. You tell me the truth. I'm smart. You're smart. You know, I was born at night, but I was not born last night. And I want the truth. And I feel like you also are going to know if you're being BS'd. And if you are, like, it's a no-go. Because you're feeling like this. You're like, you know what? And I really feel like somebody maybe approached you after hearing you broke up. Or all of a sudden you're getting attention. Or not that you weren't getting attention, Leo. But that you're noticing attention from the opposite sex. Or same sex. Whatever floats your boat. But you see that, right? You're paying attention. And now you're kind of like, hey, there are people out there who want me and aren't going to treat me like an idiot, aren't going to break me down. So whatever you bring in, X, you better bring it, because this knife's ready to cut you off for good if you don't start paying attention. The next card you have is your distant future. So over the next few months into the end of the year. And you have the Emperor. Once again, you have all these court cards. I mean, literally, court cards and then 2 major arcanas, which is amazing. So you have the Emperor, strong, structured, traditional. So this, over the next few months, this tells me if you're single, you're going to find what you want. And I think for a lot of you, it is some sort of traditional, you are on the path to get married, have kids, have a family, if that's what you want. I mean, your idea could be, hey, I want a travel partner to go buy, you know, a piece of a private island and live there forever with a dog. Like, whatever you want, this is saying you're on track to get what you want. The Emperor is saying there's a structure here. You will move about the structure. It's like a game of chess, right? You're going to start moving. The pieces are going to start moving. And then the universe is going to kind of come in and guide everywhere where it needs to be until you get checkmate, which is so strange. I didn't even notice that. There's like a board, a chessboard on the bottom. So, that must have been like subconsciously, maybe because I've seen the card 100 times, but that's a really good card, Leo. This says it's not going to be, you're going to feel this like sexy, creative vibe, right? But you're going to keep it very like in a line. Like, you're ready to make certain moves, but they're going to be strategic, is the best way to say. You're not taking any major chances, but if you need to take a risk, you will. If you're looking to reconcile, this says over the next few months that you're almost going to play like the authoritative person. So you have the control in the situation. If this person comes back, or if you're in contact with them now, and you feel like they're being real with you, and they start showing you changes, right? Because going along with what I said here, the people who are single, you're paying attention to what they're showing you versus what they're telling you. If they tell you, you're going to make the decision. This Emperor is basically saying the choice is yours. Like, it's literally in your hands. If you 100% want to get back together with them and they build you up and you see the changes, then you will make that decision to do so. If you don't, then you'll make the decision not to do so. The next card you have is your immediate future. So over the next few weeks throughout November. And you have the Devil. And the Devil sometimes makes people nervous, but it shouldn't, because this says that over the next few weeks, you're going to need to just be careful. Now, if you're single, this says watch out for anybody who shows like jealous tendencies. Look out for like addiction, vices. People who say, oh, I only drink once in a while, and then like every time you hang out with them, you guys are drinking, or they want to drink, or somebody who pops a lot of pills. So just be careful of the Devil, and also with yourself. Like, for some reason, diet pills ring out. So just be careful if you are making changes of some sort, that you're not overdoing it. It could be like not eating enough or overeating. But the Devil usually doesn't make, so the devil would make me nervous if I saw like the 10 of Swords or the 9 of Swords. I would start thinking there was like some sort of deep depression. But the devil's kind of like what you need to avoid. So if you're single, this is saying, look, because you're paying attention and you're listening, you're going to start seeing these people, and you might see a plethora of them. And I've met people like in my area, opioids or pills and stuff are huge. And I mean, I would talk to people who like took like 6 pills a day and whatever. So you just got to watch out and be careful and look out for you, because I think you're going to be tested. Like, you're going to be tested, and you've got to make sure that you don't do this, that you don't like curl into a ball and crawl into a cave and disappear, because the testing just makes you stronger. So just make sure you're paying attention to that. If you're looking to reconcile, this person who was telling you the little white lies, or who wasn't honest with you, or whatever was going on here, the devil says changes have not been made. So again, this is general. You always have to remember that. And so I'm going to get an email from somebody saying, you're wrong, they called me, they love me, they made changes. Good for you. Remember, you're made up of other signs too, your moon and ascendant. So there's going to be different scenarios. But this card right here would tell me that if you come down to the choice over the future, the choice may be no, because there's something going on here. Whether it's gambling, addictions, jealousy, and also watch this. And for singles too, watch jealousy, because there might be somebody who starts showing some sort of jealous tendencies. Whether it's your ex, if you're looking to reconcile, they might get a little like jealous crazy. And if you're single, you know, maybe somebody that you're like, hey, it's not going to work, all of a sudden gets a little jealous or gets a little weird, because sometimes it's like they can't handle the rejection. Like, what? You don't want me? And it can become kind of crazy. So just be careful of the devil. Like I said, I'm not too nervous here, but as I keep pointing out, you have all of these courtship cards and then major arcana. So very interesting read, Leo, but very positive. All right, so this is any future external factors. So anything tangible that's going to come up throughout the month of November. So it could be the beginning, middle, end. It could be one day, or it could last for a week. And you have the 6 of Coins or Pentacles. And this is about somebody who's going to feel very content. So if you're single, this is you feeling like you're in a good space. This is also about charity, being very generous. And so I think that if you are single, if you do meet people that you're interested in, you're going to be very generous with them. And not financially, you're going to be very generous in the fact that you're going to like lay it on the table. No secrets, no games. And if they give you, you're going to be paying such close attention that, let's say they really give you a good vibe that they like you and all the signs are there, you're going to be generous with your heart. Not that you're going to be like, oh, I love you, or let's get married tomorrow, but you're not going to be like closed up, or this, you know, like brick wall that they have to take down piece by piece. You're going to feel kind of an overflowing, overwhelming want to share who you are with somebody. And that's going to be really important, because right now in the dating, there's this, I wish I could remember her name, and I don't even know that I could plug her on here anyways, but there's this girl, and she does these funny parodies, and you know, she's gorgeous, and she does these funny parodies about online dating. And she's like, so, you know, we're all here to meet people, right? But I don't want you to think that I actually like you as much as I like you, because then you would know that I actually like it. And she does this whole thing, and it's funny. And that's kind of how I feel like maybe you're feeling, like, okay, I'm just going to go for it. Like, why am I holding back? The worst case scenario is they say no, and we're dating. That's the whole point of this. So somewhere in here, Leo, you're going to feel like content with yourself enough to know that if you want to get to know somebody, you're not going to be shy about saying, hey, I think we really connect and I want to get to know you better. If you're looking to reconcile, you're also going to be generous, but this is going to be generous in even having the conversation with this person. So I really feel like you're going to hear from them here soon, and you're going to be like, okay, I'm going to be really generous with you right now. And you might even be like, you might even go further in talking to them than you thought you could. Because again, I think you're coming into the situation a lot more calm. And because you're feeling more content with yourself in the situation, and you know that you could be at peace whether it continues or not, you're going to feel like, okay, you know, I might give you another chance and I might not. But if you do, I hate to say it, but it's almost going to feel like you're being generous, like you're being charitable to them. And if that's how you feel, it's probably not a good fit. The next card you have is any internal factors throughout the month of November. So that could be beginning, middle, end. Again, it could last a day, it could last 10. And you have the Queen of Coins, Queen of Pentacles. And again, these court cards. This is the only card that's not a court card or an arcana, major arcana. It is very interesting though, because you do have a lot of different signs here. There isn't one sign except for the Virgo from the past that sticks out here. But the Queen of Pentacles is very interesting too, because she's also very generous. So inside and out, you're going to be feeling very generous. If you're single, this is you being practical. Again, you're being very practical with these court cards. You're being sincere, but you're not being overly crazy with your expectations, but you're also behaving as somebody who's rational and thinking things through, but you're excited. This is kind of like very nurturing, loving. These two are very loving people. And maybe, Leo, you haven't felt very loving in a long time, and you're finally feeling very loving because you're loving yourself. Somewhere in here, something's clicking and changing, and you're loving yourself, and you can't love anybody else or get the love you want in return if you don't love yourself. This is also about parents. So some of you maybe are dreaming about having kids, and you realize, you know, you got to play the dating game and play it well to meet somebody that you'd actually want to be with. You also may have kids, and that may be, you know, another reason you're being so practical about everything, because you know that's so important because you have kids and you have to pay attention to them. You may just be feeling that overwhelming feeling of love and contentedness right now. And that's a really good place to be if you're wanting to date. Okay, so if you're looking to reconcile, this is maternal and nurturing as well. So you may find out that this person who's been lying to you has some sort of problem, has an addiction, has a vice, something that you were not aware of. And maybe they need to get help, and maybe you're going to help them. Now, maybe you're not going to get back together with them. Maybe it's something you can't do, but you may be doing some nurturing for them. There also may be situations where you guys had kids in the same household, maybe not kids together, or maybe kids together, and you're spending extra time with your kids. Or even though you're not back together with that person, you cared about their kids, and so you're still playing that maternal type role, maternal or paternal role to, you know, their kids. Like, even though you can't stand them right now, you never want their kids to feel like it had anything to do with them, and your kids as well. The next two cards you have are your hopes and fears. So internal for the outcome of the month of November, and you have the Three of Swords, and then your actual outcome for the month. Ooh, and you have the Nine of Cups, which is one of my favorite cards. So this is like an irony, because one of my least favorite cards and one of my favorite cards. All right, so the Three of Swords. If you're single, you've got to watch this, because this is you feeling like, I worry. And you might meet somebody really special, which is making me think that you will, because somewhere towards the end of the month, you're going to be worrying. You're going to be worrying about getting hurt or having your heart broken. But as long as you pay attention to the signs and you're practical and you're really being who you want to be with, like if you're being, you have to put in the universe what you want to get back, right? I always say that. And so if you're truly being this generous person with your feelings, with what you want, you're not playing any games, then you shouldn't have these fears. Yes, it's scary. And this right here tells me more than likely you're going to meet somebody very special very soon. And you have the power to do it, to manifest it, to make it happen, because this is unbelievable. But this is you almost feeling like it's too good to be true. So you've got to just stay away from that, because that's pain and despair of heartbreak and worrying about heartbreak. And you just can't, because if you really want something like kids or a marriage or this, you know, going forward and really finding something special, you can't let this get in the way. Love hurts, but we all go after it, because when it's good, it's damn good, right? If you're looking to reconcile, I don't know that that's going to happen. I hate to say that, Leo. I just don't think it's going to happen, because I feel like you're going to be too worried about a broken heart here. I think there's something going on with them. You may help them, but I think you're going to realize it's something that you cannot complete. Now, It may be the opposite. It may be that you do give them an extra, you know, another chance. You do help them through whatever this is. They do come to you and tell you the truth about certain things. But you're going to be very worried as well about heartbreak. Now, the good news is, whether you're single or looking to reconcile, the 9, like I said, is one of my favorite cards. The 9 of Cups is bliss. It's fulfillment. It's pleasure. It's on cloud 9. It's wishes coming true. Here's a genie, right? And so really, I'm going to get 2 clarifying cards out while I'm finishing this last card. So if you're single, you are meeting somebody. I think it's going to happen quick. I don't know why. Quick. Things are just going to kind of align maybe this month. I think it'll be by the end of the year. It may not be November, but it'll be by the end of the year. And the 9 is, you know, like I said, it's total fulfillment, which makes sense because here you're freaked out. So you're going to meet somebody who just absolutely, now these 2 cards are falling out. You're going to meet somebody who absolutely just blows your mind. You're going to be nervous about it. But you'll manage. You'll do good. So, I mean, that's super exciting, Leo. It couldn't get any better than having an outcome of the 9 of Cups, which is like wishes fulfilled. And then here you have the Emperor, which is like getting married and having structure and some sort of, you know, like schedule and planning in your life. So that's amazing. If you're looking to reconcile, it's going to go either way. Either the devil's going to show his face, you're going to be nurturing, you're going to get back together, but you're going to be feeling this the whole time. And miracles could happen. They may change. I really feel like you're going to become this person, embody this person, and you're going to almost release this devil, and you're going to feel that. Like you have to get rid of that devil to feel that bliss. Okay, so I'm going to clarify the outcome of the month. And you have the Page of Wands. Page of Wands is amazing. This is confidence, just like the Queen of Wands. This is also spark, curiosity. If you were single, somebody is definitely sparking your curiosity. And I'd think, oh, well, it's a certain sign, but you have cups, you have coins, you have swords, and you have wands. So it could pretty much be any energy that you could possibly think of. But the Page of Wands says somebody, and one single person is going to spark your confidence and your curiosity like you don't believe, and it's going to scare the shit out of you, but it's going to be good. So I think you should go for it. If you're looking to reconcile, I think this curiosity that's going to be sparked is all of a sudden having people pay attention to you, or noticing people pay attention to you. People have always paid attention to you, but you never noticed it. And I think somebody's going to spark your curiosity too, and I don't think it's going to be your ex. And clarifying your distant future is amazing. Leo, you have an amazing read. The Sun, it's like the 9 of Cups. I mean, you couldn't get any better for the Sun. For your distant future, this is hope. This is self-awareness. This is seeing things in the future. This is everything being lit up to where you can see things clearly. So if you're single, the future, and this is about solutions. So you're finding what you're wanting. You're going to make it happen with the Emperor. You're going to have some sort of traditional, like you might, boom, it's like going to be like a, literally, like I said, like a chess piece. You're going to meet. You're going to get along. You're going to build a friendship. You're going to fall in love, or however it works. And then if you want kids, you're going to have kids. Or if you want to get married, you're going to get married, if that makes sense. There's going to be like step by step that's going to build up to it. And the Sun, somewhere along the line when you meet this person, it's going to be clear. And you're going to be like, hey, Dark Dove told me about this moment of clarity that I'm going to have. Which is really weird. I don't know, like, I just got a picture of like a sun tattoo or something so strange. I don't know, maybe you need to look out for the sun. Maybe you need to be, maybe like you're going to see a sign of the sun. I don't know, it sounds weird, and it could be for like one person out there. If you're looking to reconcile, you see the bigger picture. You see things very clear. I really think, I hate to say it, but I really don't think you're going to get back together. I think you know it, and I think you know, to be this person and to get this hope and self-awareness, you've got to get away from this devil, or you're going to get burned. So, Leo, love you guys. Have a fantastic November. I'll talk to you soon.